Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 56 of the 72 review, an FA Cup special this weekend, with it being the third round. We've got Rotherham and Sheff Wednesday were involved in that, Doncaster weren't. So there is a couple of league games to go through as well. Only 11 EFL games played this weekend, and it wasn't a positive one for Donny, but we will get into that. First, we will go through introductions, and we've got the usual culprits on the panel this weekend. We've got Ian just next to me, still loves to cup. Ian, introduce yourself, let us know who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
Hello, I'm Ian. I'm a 61-year-old Rotherham season ticket holder for my sins. And when we're away, I go around the country vlogging for the Over the Bar YouTube channel.
And it is cracking stuff. I need to catch up with your vlog from this weekend, but we'll hear a little bit more about Blackburn versus Cambridge in a little while. And then just below me, Punk Chef 41, Jake, welcome to the show this evening. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, and why you do it.
I'm Punk Chef 41. I do a Sheffield Wednesday fan channel, which it wasn't meant to be that when I originally did it. It just happened. I also help host the Talking Wednesday podcast, which we talk about at Sheffield Wednesday. And the reason why I did it, I have a disability called functional neurological disorder, and I was someone who used to work all the time as a full-time chef. And then when your job gets taken from underneath you, you run out of things to do. Yeah. And it got to the point of playing video games, was getting on my nerves, so I picked up a camera, started talking random bollocks pretty much about anything, and then I started doing Wednesday stuff, and a certain Al Talk picked it up and shoved it on their website. I panicked because I knew what Al Talk was like, and I've never looked back since because they just supported me and kept me going.
Lovely stuff. And we are missing around the grounds Lee. He went to Newcastle at Sunderland yesterday. His video is
cracking video,
doing very, very well, 15,000 views. So we're currently in contract negotiations to keep him as part of the 72 review before he jumps ship and goes elsewhere.
Watch out for deadline day on the 72 review. We might have some ins and outs. Are we going to get a poor loan?
He's seeing family, so he can't make it on this evening, but he will be back soon. I think John isn't happy with Ian's choice of T-shirt today. Explain that one, Ian.
Well, I'm a shirt collector, and this one, it's cracking. It's a cracking shirt. I think it's last year's Villa away shirt, and I'm glad John enjoys it. If he wants to send me a Blues one, I'll gladly wear it.
There you go, John.
You want to send him a
There's
manager?
only one shirt in the entire 92 I wouldn't wear. Wonder what that is.
I can think what that is.
Yeah.
John said, "It's not a shirt. It's more like bog." ATID is also in the chat. Too much has happened for me to contemplate down at Argyle, so I went to Yeovil versus Bath yesterday instead.
Oh, nice. Hey, ATID, I've been talking about you in our little group chat we got, asking if we need to keep an eye on you.
Tell Nat to stop swearing. Tell Nat to stop swearing.
Hang on, I can help you. I can help you. Wait.
Fuck off.
There you go.
But no, if you are new to this show, we just cover what's happened in this in the previous weekend. So yeah, we will make a start. Get your comments in. It does drive conversation as we go through. We'll be on for around an hour, and then towards the end, we've got the predictions and next week's predictions. So stay tuned for that. So let's start in League Two. I suppose we're best, aren't we?
You said that like someone who's not a fan of talking about his own club.
Oh, we're shocking. Really poor at the minute. And I've just got a couple of quotes from Grant McCann's post-match press conference, and I think it sums the game up much better than what I could. He says that we lost the game ourselves. We're not learning about keeping people outside us. We're just allowing them inside, and it's been happening since pre-season. And he's questioned the players if they can do what's being asked of them. And he said that if they can't, then go into his office, have a conversation, and they'll deal with it on kind of a one-to-one basis. So I think I'm just interpreting what he's saying. I think he's got to the end of his tether with a number of players. I think he's tried his hardest to put across his tactics, put across his style of play and what he's wanting the players to do. And the inconsistencies are just the clear for everybody to see. New Year's Day, we were phenomenal in the first 45 minutes against MK Dons. We absolutely blew them away. We were fighting for everything. We were fighting for each other, fighting for first ball, second balls, absolutely everything. We won it. And the second half, we controlled that game because we were 3-0 up. In this one, you can see 17 shots, only 2 on target. Every kind of opportunity that we had was either over the bar, beyond the post, blocked. It just wasn't good enough. And Harrogate are a bit of a bogey team for us. But after MK Dons, I had a little bit of hope and optimism going into this one. We went 1-0 down.
I hope that kills you, Dan.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, we went 1-0 down early on. Immediately replied with a decent Tommy Rowe goal. But then, from all the reports that I'm reading, we dominated the second half until their second goal, and then heads just dropped, and we just didn't get back into it. And if you've seen that third goal, I've seen oil tankers turn quicker than Oluwu at the back. Is like Grant McCann said, is allowed him to cut in from the wing. Got the shots away. I think Ben Close could have closed him down a little bit more. It just seemed very pedestrian, and like we allowed them to open us up and play. They've had 4 shots on target, 3 have gone in. It pretty much sums our season up. Very frustrating. We'll look at the table in a little bit. We're about as far away from playoffs as we are the bottom 2, but I think we're looking over a shoulder at the minute, and we just need to.
I don't think you're safe, and that's the worry, isn't it?
I mean, over the last 4 seasons, I think 1 point a game has kept you safe. I think it's been about 45 points has gone down. I think that was Rochdale, maybe.
You said before we came live that there's still a lot of players who were like dead wood as such. How many players have you got out of contract in summer?
Whoa. Not sure. I'll have to come back on that one next week. I'll have a look. I think might have 6 or 7 out of contracts at the end of the season.
Okay, let's say it a different way. How many players do you think need to go?
I think the recruitment that he's done this summer was positive. I think pretty much all of the older players from the previous 5 or 6 transfer windows for me could go. There's not many that I'd keep around. Probably Ben Close and Zane Westbrook would be the only ones that I'd be willing to keep around at this moment in time.
Right.
But
you were ahead on every single stat apart from shots on target. Rovers were ahead on every stat. Passes, pass accuracy, possession, corners. It seems like a closer game than a 3-1.
Yeah, it does.
Got about 13 out, mate.
Currently got 13 players out.
Out of contract in summer.
Wow.
Who are not loans? Who are not loaned, by the way.
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a rebuild again, and I think that's what Grant needs. And while ever we're a developing team, I think we're going to get this. We're going to get inconsistency, and it's frustrating as a fan to watch. It hurts every time we get beat, but we're not going to win every game. It's just the manner of the defeat. Yeah, I mean, if Oluwu's put a leg in or Close has closed him down a little bit quicker, and
you don't get the shot off.
Yeah, he don't get the shots off. It's
a different game, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. And I think where the frustration comes is that we've seen so many more positive performances this season to what we have in previous seasons, that we know that this crop of players and this squad have got ability, but it's not enough ability to get a good run going, and that's where it annoys me, because you look and you think, how can you do it 7 days ago, and then you put that out, and it just infuriates me. Yeah. But then, having said that, I don't always work as well from one day to the next. So
yeah, true.
I suppose it's only the same for footballers, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, frustrating result. But we move on to Newport on Saturday, which will be a tough game. We're close to each other in the table. I think we need to win that, really, just to keep in touching distance and try climbing that table. That's my rants. I think the episode will get much more positive as it goes on, because I think Ian Rotherham, not great. Well, I say not a great result. It's an expected result in the FA Cup.
Well, actually, I wasn't too despondent with that because although we never hurt them in an attacking sense, we did have a goal disallowed by Jordan Hugill, but it were offside. It were definitely offside. But we didn't really test them defensive, the Fulham defence. But we held a team that had been scoring goals for fun in the Premier League and beat Arsenal last time at 2-1, just to one goal. And that came out from a defensive playing out from the back, which we got awfully wrong. And then Cordova-Reid just hit a screamer past to Johansson. But we defended it incredibly well. And I think we can take a lot of positives from that and a lot of confidence going into the league programme. So, yeah, without the cup, I put my Wembley suit away. Good luck to Fulham. I'm not too disappointed because I was expecting 5, 6, 7 against Fulham. But we've kept them to 1.
You managed to keep them at bay, and that was the thing that was kind of nice, that you can start putting that into the league a bit more than you do.
Exactly.
But if you look at what you've done already.
Although I must admit, over the festive period, defensively, we've improved a lot. I mean, we got beat 3-0 at Leicester just before Christmas.
Well, that's Leicester.
So then we've done, that's Leicester. But we kept a clean sheet against Borough. New Year's Day, we got a cracking away point at Blackburn. All right, they scored 2. Blackburn scored 2, but so did we. And for us to score 2 goals in an away match, it's a red letter day. So the form is encouraging. It's probably not going to be enough to keep us out the bottom 3, but at least we're not getting hammered every week. And I think Liam Richardson's in the market for a centre half this week to partner Sean Morrison. So he's not looking too despondent, really. I mean, like I said, I mean, we're Richardson's got us playing with more determination, more fight, more character. And that, as a fan, that you can't ask for anything else, really.
No, it's bare minimum, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we will get even more positive with Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup, which Jake will talk about in a short while. But we'll jump back to League Two. Any games that you guys want to touch upon in the few that were played yesterday?
I think the Salford's game with Carl Robin coming in, I think they are going to survive.
Yeah, possibly.
And I don't know how that I feel about that for you guys, because them starting to get someone in who's actually a very good manager and at this level is the kind of person you want in.
Yeah.
He'll get on playing again.
A positive for Salford is that Matt Smith scores goals.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big beast of a centre forward and he'll always get on the end of things. You just put the right ball in, he's on the end of it and it's a goal. Yeah. But defensively, they're really, really brittle. I mean, a team like Forest Green, who have had a really, really poor season, scoring 2 against them, that is a red flag. That's a worry. That's a worry.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah. I mean, Salford, really, to pull away, should have been winning that game.
Yeah.
Big point for Forest Green, that to keep them in contention of
in contention, yeah.
You look down at the bottom with all the change of manager. You've got Salford getting a new manager in, then you've got Colchester getting in the Cowley brothers.
Now that is a hell of an appointment for the Colchester.
Yeah.
And if you let them build, they'll build, and they will build and probably get them out.
Yeah.
I hope not for my comment section.
I wasn't going to say anything.
That's a good point for Colchester, that, at Swindon.
Yeah.
But Swindon have just lost Jake Young and Dan Kemp, who've gone back to their parent clubs. Oh, yeah, Troy Deasy's first screen. I forgot about that. Kemp and Green, Kemp and Young have gone back to Bradford and wherever Kemp parent club were, and they scored boatloads of goals. So they're going to be relying on Charlie Austin a lot more. Swindon.
Yeah, they will, won't they? I mean, Young leaving, he's a good chunk of Swindon's goals this season, isn't he?
Yeah.
One that I wanted to mention was Mansfield. Only their second defeat of the season. A great season so far, but Crewe, they've surprised everybody, haven't they?
Yeah,
I think.
Well, they have, but they've gone off the boil a little lately. Up until yesterday, they had a couple of really damaging defeats, but this puts them back in playoff contention. And to win at Mansfield, it takes some doing. I mean, look at the stats: 21 shots, only 3 on target.
Again,
I just hope yearly, didn't they?
I just hope Mansfield Town can do it this year. Like, I don't want them to be in that. They come so close every season, and this seems like the season where they can do it. But again, you look at what's happened in the change of managers. Not County losing their manager to Swansea. Is that going to cause a massive upset now?
It could do.
It could well do. I still take Mansfield to be champions because I think they're the best team in the league.
They are very good. I thought they were the best to come down to Eco Power.
Apparently, between Mansfield and Wrexham, who get Lee Gregory from Wednesday.
Do you think they'll get him?
He's not played. He's 35. If you've got a chance to go play regular football, go down to League 2.
Yeah.
And let's face it, some of the money that Wrexham are paying will be sort of like championships.
Right. Okay. I'll put it this way. If Wrexham get in, they'll have a strike partnership of Stephen Fletcher, Paul Mullin and Lee Gregory.
What's about combined age of about 97?
You saying we all still got a chance then?
There's always a chance. I think mine may have gone. Don't know about Ian's probably gone as well.
I don't know. Last time I saw you play football, you were done in the first half, Dan, and tried to run it off. We'll
go past that. Quick look at the bottom of the table before we move on to League One. We've got Sutton and Forest Green still fighting to go down, not really fighting to stay up at the minute. I think that is the only thing which is positive looking at the bottom part of the table, especially for Donny fans. 10 points away from them. We've got some of these to play in the next couple of weeks, couple of months. We've still to play Sutton away, Forest Green at home, Colchester away, Salford away, Grimsby away. So as away form's not great. We've got 4 of those away, which is
you want to be picking up points at the end of them, ideally.
Look how Tranmere have shot up the table.
Yeah, it just shows a run of fixtures, a run of results, and you can start pulling yourself up this table. But I don't think we've won 3 in a row or been unbeaten in 3 in a row all season. So I'm not expecting a run, which is.
Could we all say probably the biggest mistake out of all this was Gillingham getting rid of Harris? Yeah,
because they were doing well, weren't they? And they've just dropped off to 11th. But looking at the top of the table, Stockport currently sit top with Mansfield a game behind and only a couple of points behind. So, it's going to be tight till the end. Wrexham in 3rd, and then the playoffs, Barrow, Crewe, Notts County and AFC Wimbledon. But there's 2 other teams on 39 points, Accrington on 38 with Gillingham and Harrogate on 37. So that win has given them really strong hopes of playoffs potentially and really overachieving for Harrogate. So
what was it? That season we were all saying Crawley Town needed to get their act together. What were they are?
They must have listened, Jake. Put their success down to listening to this podcast. Moving on to League One, there wasn't much. Jonathan in the chat, I reckon Dan should go to Colchester away, get a warm welcome.
The only way he's going down there is he's going to Donny Dog in disguise.
I'm not far off it here, to be fair. League One. Any games that you guys want to touch on? Obviously, Fleetwood 9 defeats. We'll go Pompey next. Fleetwood 9 defeats out of the last 11 across all competitions.
I think they're down.
Yeah, and this has put Derby in 4th, 2 points behind 2nd. Yes,
Mendes Lang.
Indeed. But yeah, good result for Derby, and they're just kind of going about the business fairly quietly, aren't they? It's not. They're not screaming and
I think
shouting
that's
about.
what Paul Warne likes, though. I think last
Yeah.
year there were too much talked about them,
Yeah.
and like,
Yeah.
I think when he's at Rotherham, yeah, they've always been the team when they got down there that they go up, but you just literally just leave them to do what they're doing because it's Paul Warne and he knows what he's doing to get them out.
Yeah.
I think if you let Paul Warne just do what he's doing and you let him at no other noise around him, because I think that's what happened when we went up. I think there was too much noise around him. And I don't think it helped him, like, settle a team down.
And they've got a fantastic squad, haven't they? Derby have got, all right, it might be an aging squad, but they've got a fantastic squad of players. Hurahan, Collins, Mendes Lang, and that if the centre half, that Cashin, if he stays there for the rest of the season, because I know he's covered by a load of championship clubs, but if Warney can keep him there, I think they'll go up.
Yeah,
I honestly do. Yeah.
You wanted to mention Portsmouth, the cracking result for Cheltenham.
Is it happening again? Is it happening again? Because they were unbeaten forever, weren't they? And then it just looks like they've fallen off a cliff a little bit. And I think Cheltenham's got 4 points out of them because I think they drew at Fratton Park earlier this season. So taking 4 points off a Pompey, that's some achievement. What do you think about Portsmouth then, Jake? Portsmouth, do you think they've got enough to?
It's getting into that wobble stage again, isn't it? With Pompey, you get to this point of the season and you look at what Pompey are doing. If they can recruit well in this transfer window and just get them over the line and do very much like what an Ipswich did last season, where they just got a couple of very good players just to get them over that gap, they could do it. The problem is, are Pompey's ownership willing to bend the cash to get them over that hump?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, willing to give it, because they've done fantastic, Pompey. But again, it's January, and every time the Christmas January period hit, we all know what Pompey do.
Yeah. And also, as far as finances are concerned, they spent a fortune on the stadium, haven't they?
Yeah.
To upgrade the stadium. So, who knows? I still think they've got a good enough squad to do it. Definitely.
Oh, God, yeah.
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 But Colby Bishop needs to start scoring goals again, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just had a cold streak at the wrong time.
Yeah. But a good result for
Cheltenham. Good result for Cheltenham. Very good result for Cheltenham.
Gives them their survival hopes a bit of a shot in the arm, putting them 3 points behind 20th, I think, in League One, is it? The survival?
Yeah, and consider the start they had. With a couldn't buy a win. Yeah.
Couldn't buy a goal.
Good result for Exeter as well. Good result for Exeter. That keeps them clear.
Bit of a 6
Carlisle
point,
looked
wasn't
doomed. Carlisle looked doomed to me.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate for them. But they still took plenty of fans to what a trip that is to go on a
long trip, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
Long old way.
I think that's the longest trip there is, isn't it? I think that's the longest trip there is for an away fan in the EFL, if I'm not mistaken.
Sunderland to Plymouth, maybe?
I don't think there'll be much in it.
No. I'm going to say it's some trek, so credit to all the Carlisle fans that did make that journey to come away empty-handed. Very disappointing in a massive 6-pointer. Let's have a quick look at the table. We'll start down at the bottom, and Fleetwood, like we say, looking doomed. It's a big job on to
Charlie Adam and Ross Wallace are going to have to pull something out of the bag, but I don't see it.
No,
it needed a bit of experience, and it needed someone who was going to just manage them better. And I think giving it to someone who's a new manager, I think it just screams of we don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see how we go on.
Yeah, that's it. Carlisle, Cheltenham with the good win brings them 3 points behind Exeter, with Reading just above them in the bottom four.
If you wanted the, by the way, for Exeter to Carlisle, it is 346. Plymouth to Sunderland is 403.
I didn't think there were that much in it. Yeah.
No. David says Fleetwood went to pot when their chair got banged up. Yeah,
yep, pretty much.
Lewis has asked how many comments coming through. They are.
Yep.
I need to have a quick look back through the comments and see if there's anything that I have missed. I'm trying to keep on top of both. It's been quite active on the comments, which is nice to see. At the top of League One, we've got Pompey, but 2 games played more than Bolton, and only 2 points ahead of them, with Peterborough, Derby, Oxford, and Barnsley making up the playoffs. Lots of football still to be played.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of positions to be changed as well.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to put my banners on. Always forget them. We'll put the FA Cup one on. So into the FA Cup round 3 weekend this weekend. Lots of action, lots of goals, a disappointing TV selection, which has been heavily documented. And I think, obviously, Ian, you've mentioned Rotherham already and kind of how that game panned out. But for me, the game of the round had to be Maidstone beating Stevenage, the lowest ranked team in the FA Cup.
I just hope they get a fantastic draw.
Yeah,
I really hope they get like a Spurs away.
Give them a City, give them a Spurs, give them a Liverpool, something.
Yeah, yeah, just a big tie to reward it.
Because getting through to the next round, it was 105,000 for a club like Maidstone. That's the difference between a year's worth of players or 2 being paid.
Yeah, exactly that. I think Elacobi came out and said that he wants Wolves away, but they've obviously got to beat Brentford. Was it?
Yeah.
I will say, have anyone seen the comment by the Brentford manager?
No.
He turned around and said he wants the FA Cup 4th round, the replay scrapping. Now, he needs to remember, back in the day, they got a Southampton in the Prem, which netted them 500k, and there were 7 million in debt at the time.
Yeah.
These kind of results are the difference between your club being able to not survive as such, but make it a little bit more easier. I think people forget how much the cup means to lower league clubs in terms of the finances. You take an FA Cup replay away, and I know they're going to go, because it's too many games. Well, here's the idea. Why don't we take games away of what's been played in the Prem? Kind of thing. Take it down a couple or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or I think we spoke about it previously and about the Carabao Cup and making that a bigger tournament and getting rid of the EFL trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's ways that they could get around it, but what they are quite happy with is an expansion to the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather keep the FA Cup here than anything.
Yeah.
And knock a couple of games off the Premier League if the Premier League clubs are annoyed that the teams are getting knackered. Well, you've got bigger squads than all of us.
Yeah.
Poor little millionaires. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it shows like the depth of quality some of the teams have. I mean, watching Man City against Huddersfield today, there's players that they've put on that are fringe players, very rarely in the starting 11, and they're incredible footballers, and they're there warming a bench, and then they've still got the audacity to complain that there's too many games. You've literally got a wealth of ability and skill in a squad.
Wasn't it one season like Chelsea managed they loaned out like a full 2 starting 11s out of their academy or something daft one year?
And John's hit the nail on the head. They've got a 2-week break coming up, so
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Weren't it Pep Guardiola a couple of years ago that turned around and said, when they were on about the EFL trophy, well, why can't us Premier League sides play their academies in the EFL? I went absolutely balmy because they want it like Germany.
They want a B team.
Yeah. No way. Don't
Thing is,
destroy an pyramid like that.
Yeah, thing is, with B teams coming into the division, you've got community clubs that will end up falling by the wayside, and we don't want that.
Yeah, of course. But they don't care about that.
No, don't indeed.
No, they don't care one little bit.
I think Man City should just keep an eye on their FFP stuff and keep the gob shut.
Yeah, I agree.
You mean when they're relegated to National League North? That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Do a Glasgow Rangers. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of love for Premier League teams on this podcast.
No, justifiably, are there?
Jake.
Before we go into this, we didn't have a league game last time we did the show because we had our game on the Hull City game. And I don't know how we did it, but we beat Hull City, who were flying. And it was weird because it's odd at Wednesday at the minute because there's just this really nice momentum going. And by the way, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the red card that happened to Hull was not a red. It was the softest red you'll see in a million years. It got rescinded.
Didn't he get it rescinded?
Yeah, he got it rescinded. But Marvin Johnson doing well. Then you got Gassama scoring, and then Windass just not celebrating because his dad. It just started a really good thing that was happening. And Danny Rule is just showing his ability to just be a good manager and look after players. And just it's weird. I don't like having this positivity about Wednesday because I'm always got this thing, what's around the corner? Or is there a statement coming from our stupid chairman? But to give him credit, he's keeping his gob shut and he's letting Danny work. And you go into this game versus Cardiff, bear in mind Cardiff has absolutely done us twice in the league not long ago as well. And you're thinking this could be a worry. They've rested some players. Josh Winder, first of all, that goalie goal was a peach to just get everything going. And then 2 penalties in 10 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen that in a while. I think some of them were... I can see why the first one given, he was tracking back, but it looked soft. Second one, it looked like he'd run into it. But Cam Dawson, just cracking saves. Really good saves. And it's like something stupid. Like I think it's out of 10 penalties, he's saved 7 this season. And that is an incredible stat. And then we just went on this little run of just playing football and just going, you know what? Why don't we have a chance? Second goal, it gone down as a own goal, I think, by BBC, but Wednesday claimed it as a wick way, so I'll press the button. And then Liam Palmer just hitting an absolute rocket, a player who's gone from right back, left back, right back, wherever he shove him, to midfielder where he started his career, and he's just looking the business in midfield. Now, second half, you look at the shots, they absolutely peppered our goal, but they could not hit a barn door. They really struggled. Robinson, who played for them, should have had at least 5, and he just couldn't hit target. And to get through to the cup, would at the start of the game, I like the idea of the FA Cup. I'm a romantic, but with the position we're in, do we need a cut run? Probably not. Probably not in terms of the thing, but the momentum side helps. It's just what we do with the games in hand afterwards when it comes to it, because we've not been very good at that. But different manager, different people about. I think it's a different mindset now as well. Also want to say Sheffield Wednesday club doctor Richard Higgins is leaving the club after 26 years in charge. He's been there since 1998. So he's seen us in the Prem. He's seen us at our worst. He's seen us get promoted twice from League One. Whatever he goes on to do next, good luck to him because he deserves all the praise in the world. He got a really good reception from the players and the fans. And I think when the momentum, we've got Southampton next. And you know what? I'm confident. I am actually confident about it because we don't look like a team who's near the bottom of the table when we play at the minute.
Yeah, I think you'll get Southampton a game. Yeah. I'll tell you, don't you think Chris Powell's made a difference? No,
massive difference. I think everyone who's come in have made a difference. I think they're just that buzz and optimism, and like when a defeat does happen, they don't get too low. They just go, "It's football. We're not going to win everything." Neil, on your thing, Windass to Argentina, it's an Argentinian club. He was linked with 2 seasons ago, and it would be a pre-contract if he did went. I don't know. He's playing good football under Danny, and I think Danny might want to see him stay. But if one of those ones, 29, 30-year-old next season, do you keep him and see what happens? It depends where Danny wants to go in terms of squad and how everything goes. But at the end of the day, we look good. It looked good. We got big window. We got to get it right. And it looked like that James Beadle Brighton keeper coming towards. So we'll see what happens. But very happy with this result. But I felt for Cardiff, because if they had a goal score on the night, I think they would have actually made it a lot closer game. But they just couldn't hit a barn door. Don't being a Wednesday fan and positive from this season, from where we started, is insane.
I've just tried to quickly go back through some of the comments to catch up a little bit while you were talking. ATID has been in quite a bit about Plymouth. It was asked about Whittaker leaving to Brentford, I think it is.
He might be going to Brentford, and Cundy looked like he's getting recalled from them to go back to Wolves and then be sold. Yeah. They've already had it that they've got their new manager in, Ian Forster, I think that's his name. And then they lose Azez to Middlesbrough midweek as well, which it's the worry. It's the worry I had when they were going to lose Schumacher, because it's like, how much of that squad that came up is going to suddenly get dismantled? Yeah. And bear in mind, they only got Whittaker for $1 million. If they then say get a good deal offer, say 3-4 million from say a Brentford, they'd be daft to turn it down. But then what do you then try and cover that with? Because you take Cundy out of the midfield, they got no midfield.
Whittaker seems a Brentford type of player to me.
He does.
Yeah. A possible replacement if they lose Tony. If they lose Tony in the transfer,
if they did 3-4 million for Whittaker and then put a sell-on fee on top of that.
Yeah, like ATID says, it says that club's a joke. Yeah, we are sustainable, but there's obviously no stability. In his opinion, we should only be entertaining bids of 100 million plus 99% sell-on clause this window. So literally nobody is available. And he thinks the reality is we'll sell him for $1 million and put it down to sustainability yet again. Which a bit disappointing if that was the case, because it's been a good squad that's been built. And like
ATID, I'm tired. I'm not high. I'm just putting a massive number on it, because that's what I think a club like you should be doing for one of your star players, putting a hefty price tag on and then giving them, seeing if they'll chant their armour at it.
Yeah, because like I look back at Ben Whiteman. I'm not sure what the figure was that we sold him for. I think there was a decent sell-on clause if he does leave Preston. But I watched him last night against Chelsea, and for the first 60, 70 minutes or so, he was an absolute Cadillac player, and we've never ever replaced him. And I think we undersold him. I really do. And I think if you
went for 1.6 million on a 3-year deal.
How do you think we feel? How do you think we feel losing like Benny in the summer for nothing because we let his contract run out?
Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, ATID on this game. It's a Cundle and Whittaker scoring the final goals for this dead-end relegation-bound club. How on earth have we gone from champions to a complete mess in the space of 7 months is beyond me. Jake, I think you can kind of sympathise with a club going from a really high position to a really low one in such a short space of time.
I think when you go up the way everyone did out of that league, Ipswich, Plymouth, Wednesday, everyone were trying to get each other out of it, and it was nice when it did happen, because it seemed like it was all the right people who should have gone up to a point. And I know if you're a Barnsley fan, you're going to say, yeah, we got to play off. But when you look at the season as a whole, it was between all of them all through the season.
The top people clear, didn't they?
Yeah, and I think Plymouth, if what they want, they had such a really good start and they were looking good. And I was always worried when and if someone came in for Schumacher, what they would do. Would they turn around and say, no, you're not going in? Because they could have put the foot down and say, you're not going. But they decided to do a deal for compensation and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that whole thing is like, you don't want to have a upset player or upset manager. So you do the best that you think for the club. But you look at the names that they were linked with during this bit where they got it. It was... got Parker, Tony Mowbray was at one point linked. You look at all these names and then they've gone for another kind of unknown entity, which makes sense. Everyone could start somewhere. Look at us. Danny Rule was unknown, never managed. People knew of him, but he'd never been a manager. So I think it's that whole situation where you got to go with it and see what happens. But I feel for them because I actually had them staying up comfortably, and now I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's teetering on the edge, isn't it? I mean, ATID said that board still thinks that they're in 2006. Money doesn't matter. Reality is, he thinks they need 2 centre backs, 3 midfielders, and a striker. Yet there's no money this month. Just send us back to Leagues 1 and 2, where the board want us to be. Jokers, owners, bangs on about investors, yet they're nowhere to be seen. It's boring being this stepping stone joke of a club.
I understand that.
Yeah, so do we. I mean, Lewis has come in about Donny, saying that there's been a gradual decline for Rovers, constant bad decisions, and it takes time to reverse that. So this, looking at it, is this the start of Plymouth's gradual decline over the next couple of seasons with poor decisions that are just going to kind of compound the problem, and it is a tough ship to turn around when it gets going.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the FA Cup. Ian, you went to Blackburn against Cambridge, 7 goals.
I did.
Good one for the neutral. Talk us through this one.
To be quite honest with you, I didn't have any expectations coming into that mid-table championship club against a bottom-end League One club. But what a flaming game that were. It was an absolutely fantastic match. And Cambridge played a full part in it. They took the lead. Lancaster, it was a bit of pinball round about the area. Blackburn didn't clear it. They had 2 or 3 goals. Curled it into the top corner. Cambridge won up. And then Smodics. He's a cheat code for the championship.
Window.
Yeah.
3 goals he scored in the first half. And every finish were absolutely top draw. Really top draw finishes.
He's a quality player.
Oh, without a doubt. And he's the championship's top scorer, and he's playing centre mid.
Now, here's the thing. Do you think they'll keep him? Because Blackburn Rovers are currently in court in India trying to get 10.5 million out of the club or into the club. There's some sort of thing in India where they're trying to stop money going out of India into like other things. And
yeah.
I wonder if a deal came in for him, they might have to go, we'll have to sell him on.
Who knows? It's that Venky's, isn't it? Yeah.
John said that he can see Blackburn.
Yeah, Cambridge retook the lead. Retook the lead with a really good goal. Crossing from the left, we're headed back, and Kakai first time volley straight in the goal. 2-1 Cambridge. Then Smodic scored again, and that was an absolutely beautiful finish. First time, and then he did exactly the same again on the stroke of half time. But for an hour, before the tired, Cambridge were well in the game and they played really well, and they were a credit to League One, to be quite honest with you. But they tired badly towards the end, and Blackburn scored another couple of goals, and they probably should have scored 1 or 2 more. But as cup ties go, that were absolutely top draw. I enjoyed every minute of it.
So brilliant. Scoreline's a little misleading then.
Blackburn deserved to win, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Cambridge played a full part in it. And to the eternal credit, Cambridge didn't come to try and nick a draw and a replay and defend. They went for it same as Blackburn did, and that's what made it such a good cup tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Lewis has asked what nationality is Sammy Smodics. I'm not too sure. Anybody in the chat?
Wikipedia.
Yeah, get on it, guys.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me have a look.
John said, I listened to a podcast yesterday where the old CEO was talking about Mowbray, but he mentioned where he had to escort
In
Paris
English?
Hilton's New Year party as she was the DJ for the event. Nice.
He is an English player.
Oh.
But he got called up for Republic of Ireland.
Oh, it doesn't sound Irish, Moddix, does it?
Yeah.
Sounds
Two
more
nations I
Polish.
would not have guessed.
It sounds more Polish, that, really.
Yeah.
But he's a hell of a player.
Oh, yeah.
He's Premier League quality, in my opinion.
There you go. The chat's coming good as well. He was born in Colchester, according to Transfer Market, Irish citizenship.
28.
Other games in the FA Cup of note, I'd probably say Newport Eastleigh. I think it's a great double
Chris
clap.
Maguire, get that. Chris Maguire, that's here we go.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Chris Maguire's just a wind-up merchant, and I miss him dearly.
I think you need a shit house, don't you? In a squad.
Yeah,
you just need that player who riles people up and not just riles players up on the pitch, but gets fans going as well.
Yeah,
I think Chris Maguire is one of those, but puts the penalty away late on and earns Eastleigh a replay against Newport County, so they'll be in the hat for the 4th round, which is great. Nice to see.
And it's at home as well.
Yeah, so good chance.
It's going to earn them some money. That.
Yeah. It's a good chance to progress. I mean, you look at the stats: 17 shots for Newport, 4 on target. Eastleigh only had 4, and the 1 on target was the penalty that they put away. But
they're going to draw.
Yeah, they'll not be bothered. They'll take it. I think what's even more impressive is that they were down to 10 men from the 40th minute. So to stay
keep that
in touching distance of Newport for that long, and then get the rewards at the end.
If you want to know what Chris Maguire is, just look at the key moment banner and look at Chris Maguire celebrating.
Yeah. He didn't half stick that penalty away well.
It was a good one.
Yeah.
Not many passes in this game though.
No.
None for either club. I think somebody didn't count the passes. Any games that you guys want to talk on before we move on?
No. Blades.
Result for Norwich City, Bristol Rovers. That's a great result.
Oh, that's a good one. Matt Taylor's club. Yeah.
Norwich City are looking. They're looking ropey, aren't they? They don't seem to be going the way they want to.
Yeah, pressure's
can
on.
we have the Claxon again, please, Jay? Grant Ward, ex-Millers, Loney. Scored a great goal for them, a great equaliser. And Matt Taylor's doing well there. He's doing really well.
I think Bristol Rovers could actually win that at home.
Yeah, because the Memorial's a bit intimidating, isn't it? And it'll be full.
I think they'll win that, because I don't think Norwich are... Whatever's going on at Norwich at the minute, it just doesn't seem sustainable. And are they going to be the next club that go through that cycle of they've been up there, up and down, and then they have a down season, they just stay up or bottleneck it, because it doesn't seem great, does it?
Well, exactly.
No,
I mean, as a Millers fan, that's what I fear. Because if we go down this season and we don't have a good season next season, because if we go down this season, everybody will be expecting us to bounce straight back up. But if we have a bad season again, the decline could take over.
It could end up like Donny.
I wasn't going to say anything. So it's always been my way with Wednesday. With Wednesday, doing the same. That first season we didn't go up. I worried. I was worried that we were going to be stuck there.
I think it's one of them, isn't it? If you don't bounce straight back, you've got to make sure that you're stable and that you're ready to push on the season after. I think that's where Donny have gone wrong. From finishing in the playoffs to then finishing just outside of the bottom 3. We then declined again, and we got bottom 4. Sorry, in League One. We declined again and went down. There's no point in 3 or 4 seasons where we've literally stopped and said, right, this is, let's just try and put a stop to this decline and work out a plan moving forward. It was constant kind of swapping and changing managers. I think this is why Grant McCann's got the backing of the fans at the minute, regardless of results. I think the fans have realised that we've had 5 managers in 4 years, something like that, and every single one of them has got similar results. So it's clearly not the manager. Obviously, Darren Moore's gone on to better things and is doing okay at Huddersfield. He's not pulling up any trees. Andy Butler doesn't manage anymore. I think he's down at Scunthorpe as a player coach.
Yeah.
We've got Richie Wellens, didn't have a great time at Donny, but he's shown that he's got ability as a manager at Leyton Orient. And then you've got Gary McSheffrey and Danny Schofield, who Danny Schofield's over in Australia. I'm not sure how he's doing, but Gary McSheffrey's not in football. So I think the choices of the managers that we've had have been poor. I don't think we can get anybody better than Grant McCann. So I think that's why he's safe in his job. But yeah, similar with Rotherham, Wednesday, Norwich. I think you've got to make sure that those decisions at board level are right. If not, you can see a slippy slope coming.
Could there be a change in that with everything that's happened at Rovers now? It seems like there might be a bit more of a change coming.
I hope so. That's all I'm going to say. I think Lewis says it well here. It's a mess. It's a massive challenge. It's a big rebuild. The new medical guy should help. So hopefully we see less injuries. And I think it's going to be another transfer window at least before we start seeing any sort of positive movement.
I think your biggest thing is if you hope the board don't piss him off to the point where he goes, I've had enough, I'm going again.
Yeah. Lucas had just said it. I hope McCann will stay and not leave. Yeah, that's it. John came in and said that his grandfather's Hungarian, so I'm guessing that's to do with Samuel Modic's.
Oh, right.
That makes sense then.
There you go.
Any other games?
Mystery solved.
Somebody mentioned about Bournemouth coming from 2-0 down, a cracking result for them. Obviously, QPR not doing particularly well in the Championship.
Although I must admit, Bournemouth are doing, for the size of the club they're doing absolutely magnificent in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I think this season they're lucky that both Luton, Sheffield United, and Burnley are just not going to stay the course at the moment. Anyway, it's not looking that way. But Sheffield United getting Brendan Diaz in that could change things. Annoyingly,
it's a good signing. That
yeah, very good signing.
Yeah. And also, they had a morale boosting 4-0 win. I know it was only Gillingham, but having said that, a win's a win, and it breeds confidence.
Does indeed.
And that McAtee's quite a good player. It was good for them last season.
Yeah. Well,
a massive shout out to one of our old rival clubs, Chesterfield, who ran Watford very, very close. And Watford only beat them in the last minute. Yeah, 90 plus 5. Oh, it must be heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking from being 1-0 up, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then these are the sort of games which should have been televised, and this is frustrating.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
Why is Liverpool Arsenal getting the picked? Because they're week in, week out.
Yeah. I can kind of understand that one though. Same as the Newcastle Sunderland.
Newcastle Sunderland, yes. 100% get televised, not had it in you. But Liverpool, Arsenal,
and Crystal Palace, Everton. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean that one for me was the one on Thursday night. It was destined to be unentertaining, wasn't it?
The Everton red card.
Yeah. Even the Tottenham Burnley game, I didn't think much of that as well.
No.
But there we go.
But I'll tell you this much. Right, now that Wrexham have gone through to the 4th round, I will bet you any money you like that their game will get televised. It don't matter whether they play Maidstone. But if now Hollywood FC are in Cup 4th round, BBC and ITV will be fighting each other.
Yeah.
Coverage, yeah. Because they like a fairy tale, don't they?
Yeah, they do indeed.
And I put fairy tale in inverted commas. Yeah.
Talking about Sunderland, Newcastle, I thought the atmosphere sounded immense from the Sunderland fans. There's a lot being said about the 6,000 travelling Newcastle fans that were relatively quiet for big periods of the game. But I thought,
Go watch Around the Ground vlog on it. It's fantastic.
yeah,
It is.
How he
Lee's done
got how he got a ticket for that game, I will want to know.
same place.
Because there
Stockton
must
got
be
them, I think.
there must be as rare as any Steve tickets for that.
Yeah.
Regular
Hey,
viewer
Finlay.
Finlay says hi. Good evening, Finlay. A great result for Sheff
Hiya,
Wednesday.
Finlay.
But yeah, I think with this one, the Premiership class just showed in the end, didn't it? I thought Sunderland put up a really good fight, but as soon as that first goal went in, well, I say from that first goal, I think the second goal really killed it off just after the break. I think the mistake at the back, and you just punished from players at this level, aren't you? And when it was 2-0, there was no looking back really.
I really want
That
Sunderland
Ballard
to
didn't
go
have
up.
a good day, did he?
No.
He own goal and given a penalty away.
Other than that, though, I
Although
thought
that
he was
was a
pretty
bit-
solid. I thought he were all right.
But the penalty, I mean, that was a 110% penalty.
Yeah.
He just flattered him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the question was asked yesterday about Sunderland. Are they as big as Newcastle? I think there's potential to be, but I think Newcastle probably they've just got that head start, haven't they? I think they've always had a really good fan base, even before the money came in. So yeah, Premiership quality.
They were getting 47,000 in the Championship.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Any other games before we round this video off? I think
that's
really.
it.
All expected, really. Blackpool getting a draw at Forest. That was a good result.
Yeah,
Bristol City coming back against West Ham as well, earning a draw there.
The limbs in the Bristol City end, Jesus.
Yeah, cracking away following
good goal as well. Good goal as well.
Yeah.
Hey, and I don't think West Ham will enjoy going to Ashton Gate in the replay.
No, they won't.
And I don't think Forest will be enjoying going to Blackpool either.
No. I mean, 2 quick fire goals for Blackpool, wasn't it, to get them 2-0 up, and then just before half time, 39 minutes, Forest get back into it. I think that's where maybe the game turned a little bit. Wonderful strike from Gibbs White to equalise.
Really
just gets it onto his right foot.
And I'm saying it now. I think Bolton will beat Luton Town in that replay.
Yeah, that was a good result as well. I think somebody mentioned it earlier on.
Dave UK. I think that's his name.
It's gone.
Yes,
Can't find it. Said that they performed well and got a well.
Dave Jones, that's it.
Dave Jones. There we go. So Bolton earning a replay at Premier League Luton. So
Luton Town have to go to Tough Shite Stadium and try and get a win.
Yeah.
You'll love their stadium name. Sorry.
There's some really intriguing replays, isn't there?
John's asked how many do Wigan win by tomorrow. So there's only one game left in the third round of the FA Cup, and that's Wigan against Man United. Obviously replays.
Come on, Wigan.
Come on, Wigan.
I think we all want Wigan to win.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You know what? I'm sticking my neck out. I'm going 2-1 Wigan. Let's go with that. What about you?
I'm going 1-1, but then Wigan are going to go and it's going to be a VAR to save them.
Yeah, because if it's against Man United...
Oh, hang on. Well, they have VAR.
No, it's at Wigan.
Oh, no.
Wigan, they won't have VAR.
There's only VAR when it's at a Premiership stadium.
Yeah. All right, then. Yeah. Wigan to win by an offside goal and Man United fans go, we want VAR.
What are you going with, Ian, for the Wigan Man United game?
I think United will win 3-1.
Yeah,
I want a Mark Goldbridge rage as well.
Yeah.
I want the Mark Goldbridge going, oh no, oh no. Hang on, I've got a perfect thing for this. Where is it? Oh no, it's happened again.
Yeah.
Can't beat a Mark Goldbridge meltdown.
No, they're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah. Neil's gone with a 1-0 win to Wigan. Lovely stuff. So before we do round it off, we will bring up the predictions from last week. Let's get those.
No, still second, then.
Still second, but
I
pulled a couple of points back. Maybe. No. No,
Yeah.
Neil got one extra point on you, Ian. So he's first on 57, and then it's Ian, Adam, Liam. Liam and Bailey moved up.
Also,
MTFC moved
congratulations to
down.
Adam. Didn't Adam just recently hit 1K subs?
He did.
Oh,
Congratulations,
well
Adam.
done. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Me and Lizzie have moved down. Lee stays in 10th. ATID moved up to 11th. Burton down to 12th, and then 13th down to 20th. All remained the same.
I'm beating Workhouse. I'm happy. I'm fine.
So this week's predictions, we are going Southampton, Sheffield Wednesday. We'll start with Ian. I've gone with 3-1 to Southampton. Sorry.
I know you're confident, Jake, but I think Southampton will have too much. I think 2-0 to Southampton.
I'm going 1-1. I'm going 1-1. It's Southampton. It's the first time Danny Rule is going back to a former club. So I'm intrigued what the reception will be like.
There we go. Rotherham Stoke. Ian, you'll be happy with this one. I think you've got enough.
You know what?
1-0.
I think Rotherham will win this, but I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, so I'm going 2-1 Millers.
There we go. Jake, Rotherham.
I'm going 3-2 Rotherham.
Yeah.
3-2. Lovely. And then for the League One game, we have got Northampton against Wigan. I have gone 2-1 to Wigan.
And I'm going 2-1 the other way because Northampton are having a good season. So I think it'll be 2-1 Northampton.
Yep.
I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Lovely stuff. Down into League Two, it is Tranmere against MK Dons. I've gone 2-1 MK Dons.
And I'm going 2-0 Tranmere because they're flying at the moment.
Lovely stuff, Jake.
I'm going 1-0 Tranmere because they are doing well.
And then finally, we've got my team, Doncaster Rovers, playing Newport County just above us. I've gone with the good old Desmond. I've gone 2-2.
And I'm going to cheer you up here, Dan. I think Rovers will win. I think Rovers 3, Newport 1.
Well, I'll take that. Jake?
I'm going to take a cheeky 1-0 Donny Rovers win.
Hopefully, you guys are right. We will see. Where are we? Get rid of that. So yeah, as always, get your comments in below for your predictions or in the chat while we're finishing off. But if you don't get it in the chat early enough, pop it in the comments and then I can update the table and make sure that everybody's comments and predictions are in for next week. But yeah, that brings us to the end of episode 56 of the 72 review. This one's the FA Cup special. Wednesday, make it through to the fourth round. Who do you want, Jake? Who are you fancying? Sheffield United?
Yeah, I do and I don't. I really want it because it'll be great for content, but I can't be bothered with Sheffield United fans in my chat comment section. I said it all. I kind of want Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I would have thought, and as a fan, if my team was still in the cup, I'd want Spurs away just to go to that new stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely one to tick off the bucket list, isn't it? Incredible stadium. Thank you, Neil, for the kind words. Great show again tonight, lads.
You know that's not the. And also, their new stadium isn't the stadium with the high capacity in the Premier League.
It's Old Trafford, that.
Yeah.
That's Old Trafford. Yeah.
Is it still Old Trafford?
Yeah, you would have thought with building a new one, they've tried and make it like especially since they've got like NFL there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably they went for quality over quantity.
True.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if they can expand either, can they?
I don't think they can. They were too busy building. They were too busy building the trophy room for the non-existent trophies they're going to win.
It's a little cupboard.
They could put some seats in trophy cabinet, couldn't they?
It's just going to be a collapse unit in someone's office, isn't it?
John said that he's enjoyed tonight. Remember, go burn that shirt now, Ian. And Lewis said, class guys, have a good week. You too.
You have a good week too, mate.
So, Ian, any final words before we round off, mate?
No, a good therapy session as always, and a little bit more positive this week. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. Thank you.
Well, for 2 out of 3 of us, it's been a bit more positive. Not for me. Jake, any final words, mate?
lovely to do this again. I'm going to try and go find where my sleep schedule gone because it's non-existent. If anyone's got any tips on how to get a newborn to sleep on his back, let me know because I'm in dire need.
Looking at wrong person here, mate. Not yet. Hopefully, some point in the future. But hopefully, you do get some sleep.
Yeah,
over the coming days.
Got to school run tomorrow.
Oh, nasty. Just from me, as I always say, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please stick a big thumbs up on it. If you're watching this on later on in the week, like I know a lot of people do, please like it. Get your comments in the section down below for your predictions and what have you. Subscribe to Over the Bar, to Puncture 41 and to Around the Grounds. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, please do. All that's left for me to say is thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week in episode 57 of the 72 review. Have a good one. See you soon.